Well, UK season 2. What's going on? Yeah. How good has this season of UK Drag Race been? Race? I mean, this season's literally blown my expectations. I've been more excited about this one than the US one this year. I mean, even from this season, we've had a UK top 4. I'm sure it was number 4 in the UK charts of UK hands. I sang that for weeks. And now I've sang it just now. A few more weeks. And currently, whilst filming this, we're down to the final 4. Tace, Lawrence Cheney, Ellie Diamond, and Bimini Bombulash. The episode is out tonight. I haven't watched it yet. I'm doing this video first and then I'm going to watch it. Before the season even started, I did a video on Meet the Queens. And in Meet the Queens, I actually ranked what order I think everyone would finish in, 1st to 12th. And I haven't watched that video I don't remember what order I actually put them in. So before I actually reel off the rankings after watching this season, let's go back and actually revisit what I actually predicted the rankings would be. Yes? Okay, let's do it. I have the results. Sorry, put you at number 12, it's going to be Cherry Valentine. Number 11, Tea and Coffee. Tea and coffee? 10, what you on about, man? It's tea and coffee. Meet a Horror. Wait, did a horror have herself called Meet a Horror in the first video, or I just said Meet a Horror? Veronica Green. Number 8 will be Ellie Diamond. Number 7 will be Bimini Bombulash. Don't know about that Bimini. One. Bimini. Number 6 will be Joe Black. Joe Black. 5 will be Astina Mandela. Number 4 will be Sister Sister. Number 3 will be Ginny Lemon. Don't know about that one. Number 2 will be Lawrence Cheney. Cheney! And number 1 will be Tace. Alright, you know what? After looking back at that, I think the predictions, I can imagine why I thought that way. But I tell you now, that list is completely different now. And I'm confident I would keep this result even after the finale. After the winners announced, this that I'm about to reel off will be the list that I'll always keep for this season. So, the time has come. The time has come for you to lip sync for your life. No one's lip syncing, but I'm doing the top 10, so let's go. Okay, number 12. The queen I am ranking number 12 for UK Drag Race Season 2 is Ginny Lemon.
Fancy a slice!
I had high hopes for Ginny Lemon on my previous list when it will Meet the Queens, but as the series gone by, she's just not hit my heights, my Brooklyns. I didn't feel overly confident watching when Ginny was performing herself. You know, she was often very jokey, and I felt like it were a way to cover up a lack of confidence in certain areas, which is understandable. Maybe she's a bit nervous, maybe I'm being completely wrong. Opposite that, I think in stuff like Rats, the musical, she blew it out of the park, great performance. But I just feel like it was very lacklustre. Even on the runway costumes, they were very lacklustre, and I just didn't feel at ease watching her. And the main reason she's number 12 is she walked off in the lip sync. She walked off during the lip sync against Sister Sister. You've got this opportunity on the biggest stage you can ask for, and you've walked off. Maybe she were thinking, oh, I'm not going to get through anyway. Or like she said, I'm not going to lip sync against my friend type of thing. But like you said, this is not RuPaul's best friend race. And she even gave up on the like, how low can you go challenge, just walk through the bar. Getting irate. Ginny's performance was like, you've got a penalty in the World Cup final. You are on the world stage and you can progress and win everything. Grab everything you've ever wanted and you walk up to the penalty spot and kick it sideways.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe my eyes.
You just kick it sideways. You kick it for a throw-in. Just because you're too nervous to know which way it's going to go into the net, you kick it sideways. Ginny Lemon kicked it sideways. Either way, at the end of the day, even after Ginny's performance, I think she'll still be alright back at home. You know what I mean? Alright, number 11 is Cherry Valentine. I feel like this is a hard one to judge because she went quite fast, and I feel like Cherry Valentine got maybe the least airtime out of everybody during her stay on the show. But she did have a very great moment on episode 2 when she was in the workroom talking about growing up in a very masculine traveller's environment. She even said it still feels weird now saying I'm gay. Like, saying I'm gay feels weird now, probably just because of that upbringing will always stick with her. It's really nice to get an insight and a personal feel for Cherry Valentine and that, and you wanted to kind of see more of her following, you know, when you just get to know her a little bit more personally, but we didn't have enough time to see her do that. And in episode 2, in which she got eliminated, I don't think she was the weakest performance, and I think she should have gone through. Justice for Cherry Valentine. Number 10, my lord, everybody's surprised with number 10, Joe Black. Before the competition I didn't know Joe Black, but all the queens seemed to know Joe Black, like Joe Black was the one to watch. And seemingly it all came down to the runway. They didn't get the Brighton reference. Brighton's a town, PewDiePie lives there if you didn't know. He looked good. He looked good, I didn't think he should have gone. And even though he went in episode 1, he was very brave and confident in defeat. I know it's just an overly nice thing to say, but you know, you're like the top guy there and you're like, you know what? I gone. But you're not gone because he come back just for one episode. You get spanked in episode 1. You come back from your spank, you get another spank again, and you fall over. So when he came back, is the infamous H&M comment by Ru. I'm not even going to swear in my videos now because supposedly my videos are rated over 18. If you've noticed, they're getting banned. Don't know why. They're not even that bad. I won't swear. I might swear. I won't. Ru's like, I don't want to see no H&M. But he said it a bit more extreme than that.
I don't want to see any H&M.
Yeah, at the end of the day, even if it was H&M, I think Joe Black's outfit for that runway was the best one there. The sideways blown, windy beach, ice cream, pigeon, poo. And even the challenge that week was up against the United King dolls. I mean, you'd have no chance against the United King dolls. It were like, you know what I mean? I truly think he should have been there longer. And I'm putting him as number 10 because obviously I didn't see much of him. So I can't judge compared to the others. Okay, number 9 is Tia Coffee. For some reason on my notes I wrote, how did the very welcoming feel? I could have a tea with Tia. Okay, the main problem I have with Tia, I don't have beef with Tia, but I'm just saying, with Tia, I felt like all untapped potential, like Ru was saying, his comments every week were like, step it up, step it up. You've got all this potential and you're not using it. She always showed up to each runway, or often the challenge, a little bit unpolished, a little bit unprofessional in ways, like it just needed a touching up. And we were like, you've been given this great body, work the body, but she'd never really work the body.
I'm specimen 1.
I wouldn't know how to design myself to be looking good, but I imagine Tia Coffee, if she put mind to it, man, if you put your mind to it, man, you can do anything. I don't know what it was holding her back. Me and Ru need to sit down with Tia and just have a conversation about this situation. There's something there that just needs to be tapped. Okay, number 8, Astina Mandela. I just feel like Astina had so much more to show. It wasn't like, oh, I couldn't see it and I know she had it. It was there, and it could have been shown later on in the show. Her runway looks got criticised, like the Naomi Campbell one was like highly regarded, but then they were also like, oh, the dress was very plain, but it was all face, which it kind of was. It looked really good face, but you know, it were all nice. I mean, she even won the badge on episode 1. Won the badge on episode 1, and then it was, you know, in skateboarding where you go down the half pipe. It was such a severe decline, and it all seemed to come down to the runway challenge. I can't remember what the actual challenge was, but she wore something that people were confused where she looked like a figure skater slash with something else. And we were saying it really showed off like the broad shoulders.
When you have broad shoulders, you know, you have to trick the eye.
I made quite a funny joke that like, usually to trick the customer I wear like a symmetrical dress because he's got broad shoulders as well. And that's probably what I look like in drag, just like, I mean, she was using the body, but the body didn't pay off this time in that outfit. I wanted to see more of Astina, and I'm really surprised she went. And she went that early. I can't say much more about her, but I think she could have been 8th. Okay, number 7, which I'm quite surprised about now that I'm looking at it, is Sister Sister. Sister Sister mainly gets 7th because really impressed me in the reading challenge.
When she heard the government were putting chips in people, she asked for a side of vegan maga.
But up until about the halfway point, I know this is really cruel to say, but her and Ellie Diamond were both the 2 queens that I would often forget about during the show. I don't know if they didn't have as much airtime or there was just something about it. They just didn't, like, if I got asked to name all the cast, I would forget those 2. halfway throughout. Now I'd always remember, but halfway throughout I was kind of like, I always felt like she was very mid-tier. She wasn't low, she wasn't bad. She'd never like be at the top, but she was very mid-tier. I feel like towards the second half of the season, she started filling this nice role that everybody was watching of like this antagonist.
I'm not gonna lie, you kinda did.
Who was originally a horror, because the horror would like bitch and talk crap about people all the way through the show at the start. And she calmed down, then suddenly Sister started talking a bit of crap about people towards the end, kind of not caring what she was saying as much. And it was quite enjoyable to watch, I gotta say. But number 6, Tace. Quite contrary to my previous list, isn't it, my lord? If I'd have watched this season before I did the top 10 best looking drag queens, Tace would now definitely make the top 3 best looking drag queens on my list. And talking good looking, even Ru on episode 2 said, you've got to bring more than sexy if you want to stay in this competition. There's going to be the next good looking person who steps off the bus any second, waiting to fill your place. And I feel like throughout the season, a lot of Tace's stuff has been bringing the sexy, which she has brought very nicely, very well. But I feel like it's been relied on that in a way, and I'm surprised she stayed in so long. Definitely one of the fan favourites and one of my favourites. All down to little things like how she spoke to the camera, like, how dare you, how outrageous, how... Something else she said, I don't know, smarter words than that, wasn't it? But
I don't know who I am, where I am, whose hands are these? I don't even know.
she always looked really good, but she could be lacklustre at like the outfit design and stuff like that, and some of the challenges. But saying that, I think she smashed it on Snatch Game as Jane Turner. I do think she's done well to get into the top 4, and maybe she'll go through tonight, maybe she won't, but I'll find out pretty soon. Okay, number 5 is Ellie Diamond. Ellie wins the butt clench moment of the year when she said to Ru, as a clapback, I swear to a clapback.
You keep saying Lawrence why do you not say it in Ellie Diamond?
It's a real question, but you're talking to the big man. You're talking to the big, which you can't do. You can't talk to the man like that. But it was good TV, you know what I'm saying?
Was that sassy?
The word I'd use for Ellie Diamond is underrated. Even Ellie herself said everyone's looking down on her, expecting her to do the worst. But why? I mean, why? I mean, she's been making her own outfits. She's non-stop consistent all the way through. And she's even done well in every challenge. I mean, it's either been mediocre or really good. But why has everyone been looking down on her? Maybe it's been like a personality thing, even though she seems nice, but maybe she's not giving the same charisma as the other queens, like not as funny as Lawrence. But I just don't understand why people are down ranking Ellie. I feel like she's up there. Like she deserves that spot. Okay, number 4 is Veronica Green. There's nothing I can say wrong or bad about Veronica Green other than one thing I'll get to in a little minute. Like she blew me away in Rats, the musical. I was literally like, damn. It's not often I say that, but I said it when Rats came on and Veronica was performing. It was damn. I felt like she had a lot more to show and give, and it was going to be good. But obviously Corona, she got a little bit of Corona and she had to go away, but she's back for season 3, which I look forward to. And also if you see the queens at home, she really got affected by that, like mentally more than anything, I think. But she could have the look, the performance, and even in the cutscene she was just there in a little bow tie, little glasses, little white shirt, looking like the queen of the nerds, queen of the nerd queens, you know what I mean? But the only thing I didn't really like from Veronica was, if she ever got criticised, she took it really, really bad.
Well, I think I'll stick to everything I know, thank you very much.
She'd always clap back, like she had to have an answer. It was just like, just chill out, allow it, no one's perfect, just take a bit of criticism. Everyone's been getting crap all the way around, you know what I'm saying? Chill out, you know what I'm saying? Okay, number 3. Number 3 is Lawrence Chaney, the heavy fan favourite. Everybody likes Lawrence Chaney.
And me and my gals, we eat chicken nuggets together.
She's the personality of the show, and I feel like she's the one where at times it feels like she could be carrying the show of, if she got eliminated, you'd kind of panic thinking, is the show going to be as good, like as entertaining to watch? Lawrence Chaney really impressed me with the runway looks. There were little highlights throughout of him not being confident, but then the runway came, just blew it away. I didn't expect him to be so good on the runway. Even when he won the challenge on the runway, Extravaganza challenges, something on the runway, and he won, he was like blown away. But he did look that good, impressive. But the only thing I didn't get about Lawrence was, he was kind of there up and down with confidence levels and how he'd react to certain challenges.
So out of my comfort zone.
Sometimes he'd be really confident, being really funny, then he'd be like, oh, I'm not comfortable. And there are times I felt like he should have been in the bottom 2 a lot more, or even one episode I felt like he should have gone home. Like he really fell flat in the Snatch Game, and also the stand-up comedy, and even the Rats rehearsals. It were all kind of like,
I'm gay, I should be able to sing and dance.
These doubts, but at the same time it was like, it showed his personality. I really like Lawrence Chaney, and I'm glad that he's in the top 4, but as a critical point of view, would he be as high as he would be without the accent? And the only thing that made me feel a little bit less towards Lawrence was the way he reacted, which was just over the top. And I don't know if the producer said it kind of take it over the top, but when Ellie Diamond ordered the stand-up comedy, like the order they were all going in, the way he reacted to that was the most over the top.
Do not ask us if we're okay.
Lawrence, if you're watching this, man, why'd you do that? I mean, you're great, but that was mad. It's like some conspiracy theory just came into the entire competition. If you were going to be funny, you're going to be funny. Bimini just went out whenever and smashed it. But you and someone else had to make a bit of a big deal of it, you know what I'm saying? Odds are, probably if I had to go see any Queen live out of this season, would it be Lawrence? Probably. Maybe. Yeah, probably. Number 2. Number 2 is a horror. A horror I can't believe is number 2, because at the start of the show, a horror could have been bottom of my list. And as the show went on, she just grew and grew and grew. The show started and she was like the most bitchiest queen, like chatting crap about everyone. I mean, literally even naming who she like, oh, I think you're going home after the lip sync, like straight to the face, but like, wasn't even like a jokey way, like, I think you're going home, I think you're going home.
That's what I want in life.
But I feel like it was just kind of like word vomit. I feel like she thought the cameras were rolling, someone needs to come out of me, so she just said it. I went to fashion school, I got a degree. But as the show went on, it just seemed like I mean, it was like a flower blooming. She's just opened up as the show's gone on, as the series gone on. And it's like Ru's favourite thing ever to say. Just, you need to become more vulnerable. And she did. And I know exactly what he means by vulnerable. Just opening up her personality. Letting know those weaknesses that she can power on. Not complain about, but power on. Ahura literally smashed it on the runway every time. And I feel like she didn't get as much praise as she should have on the runway. I mean, every single look, in my memory, is 10 out of 10. It were great. And I feel like some of them got looked down upon for some reason. And I just thought, she's won. She's obviously won. And she didn't. And even down to her performances where she was like Louis Spence, or where she was like the Essex girl and so funny. It was like everything was perfect. It was always undermined how good she was. I don't understand why.
No honeys.
And then down to the final lip sync. She won the lip sync. I don't understand why she didn't go through. But I really enjoyed Ahura. Literally from 0 to my second favourite. And I mean, so good by Ahura. Well done. Number 1. Who would have thought it? Bimini Bombulash. 100% deserved number 1. I had such poor expectations of Bimini at the start of the show. I mean, she was literally in the bottom 2 in the first week of the entire show, and she's just boom, 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 boom. It's Bimini.
Release the beast, Bimini!
And I will say she did get lucky not to be in the bottom 2 again with, I think it were episode 2 or 3, where she came out in the corset and the balloons that she had on her didn't pop. And I just thought, well, she's definitely in the bottom, but she escaped it somehow. But I'm so glad she escaped it. Well done. Well done for whatever reason she got out of that. Well done. So like Ahura, it started off not so good and just flourished throughout. Like the second half of this season, she has just been... I feel so confident watching Bimini every time. It's literally like re-watching your favourite TV show or movie over again. You'll never be disappointed because you already know it's good. You already know you got a good time in front of you. Yeah. Like out of anybody on the show, Bimini is just Bimini. Bimini is Bimini. Like out of everybody on season 2, I would want to go for a pint with Bimini the most. I reckon I could have a great night with Bimini, having a couple of boozes. I mean, even throughout the show, Bimini has not criticised anybody else. Always uplifting everybody, and always has had a positive vibe.
Limp wrist, hair flick, creme de la creme. Love yourself, say that again.
And the confidence she holds within is shown. On the runway, it just gets better and better. In the challenges as Katie Price on Snatch Game, that was just Oh, fantastic.
I walked in the stables and caught my horse cheating on me again.
It was fantastic. And I even felt like, probably maybe from the United Kingdom's point, she started to feel like the leader of the competition. She felt like she was a leader of that group. It's Bimini. Like, everybody else does a challenge and I'm kind of like, Bimini comes on, it's just like, hey! And I really hope Bimini snatches the #1 point. I hope Bimini is crowned queen. And if Bimini goes out in the final 4 tonight, I'm gonna do something about it. But there you go, that's my ranking. If you got a different ranking, let me know. If you think I'm talking crap because it's not right what I've done and said, you know what I mean, because everything's wrong, just let me know. Keep those comments flying in. And I'm gonna hurry up and edit this so I can watch the show and upload this video maybe tonight or tomorrow, depends when everyone's in bed. I'll see you for the fallout. Ciao ciao. Thanks for watching. Farewell.
No honeys.